Well, hello again, folks. Welcome to the swamp garden. We've had so much rain the last week and a half. Haven't been able to do much, but one thing that you can see, that first sweet corn that I put in a couple weeks ago has at least sprouted before the seeds all ended up rotting in the ground. So at least I got a start on that. But as you can see, so are the weeds, and it's too muddy to do anything in there at this point as far as hoeing or tilling or doing anything really with it. So I've just got to wait. We're supposed to have a better week this week weather-wise. If things dry out enough, then I can get in. I still have so much of the garden that I haven't put in yet because we had a week and a half of wet weather, so you just have to wait. We're still early enough. I'll still get a crop. I'm not worried about that. But as you can see, the state of the garden is not, this one anyhow, well, all of them basically, is not what I want it to be at this stage of the game in May. But that's farming and that's gardening for you. You never know what the weather is going to do for you, so you just have to live with it. Now, the other thing too that I did get in over here that I told you before is I had planted a couple rows of beans, and I'm looking here, I'm not seeing much. Well, there are a couple that have come up. You can see they're Blue Lake bush green beans, and you can see there's a few that have started to sprout, but it's even swampier this side of the garden, so it's not doing too well. But hopefully, like I said, if we can get some sunnier, drier weather, we can continue on. These will start to grow well, and then I can get more rows in, my second planting into the beans. So and of course I did show you that I had planted a row of potatoes here. Of course there's nothing at all up out of the ground from them yet because it's just been so wet, and you know, it's just not conducive for them to want to sprout that quick. So like I said, if we do get the warmer, drier weather though, the soil will warm and the genetics in the plants will take over and they'll start to push through the ground and start to grow. Half the challenge of gardening is to get the seeds to germinate, because once they're growing above ground, then you can control a little bit. You can't control the amount of light, obviously, but you can fertilize if you need to. You can add extra water if it's dry, but obviously you can't if there's too much water. You just gotta let it slog its way through until then. But if the seeds are still in the ground, they haven't germinated, there is a risk of them starting to rot before they do germinate, and then you've lost them. So the one thing though that seems to like the wet weather are the weeds, which is normal. So I've got to get on these then too as soon as I can get in here to be able to till. But that's where we are with the garden so far. I still have all those tomato plants and pepper plants to plant. I haven't gotten them in the ground yet because it's been too wet. Again, I'm hoping maybe by the end of the week, but we'll see what happens. The ground has to be tilled first and prepared, so we'll see. But as I said, it's still fairly early. Even if we get later crops in the summer, that's okay. We'll still get a harvest, and you deal with it. So that's where we are right now. So thank you for watching, and we'll give you more updates as the garden progresses and the stuff grows. And please subscribe to our channel.